What's going on, everyone? Kevin Gallagher here. Did you know that in 1985, Coca-Cola, that's right, the industry-leading beverage manufacturer, took their Coca-Cola formula, changed it, put a new product in a bottle and called it Coke 2, but basically went on to become called New Coke?
Recently, an independent research firm ran a taste test between Coke and Pepsi, and the taste more people chose was the taste of Coca-Cola. Yes, more people all across the country, when comparing Coke to Pepsi, chose the taste of Coke as the better taste. Let's look at it this way. We gave America a choice, and more people said Coke is it.
It's a hit. It's a Coke. Coke is it.
You see, in 1983, Pepsi-Cola was growing in sales. In fact, at the time, Coca-Cola was a 60% market share, and Pepsi took 24% of that market share. That's a huge drop. First off, let's talk about 60% market share. That is unbelievable. Could you imagine as a business owner having 60% market share? But then for Pepsi to then make them drop 24%, Coke woke up and said, we need to do something. And that's when they came out with New Coke. So what happened? Well, the long and short is this. People began to resent Coke. There was a massive backlash, boycott. People were just buying the sodas and pouring them out in the street. Here's the crazy thing. It was a better product. In every case study they did, in every sample situation where they put Coke, New Coke, and Pepsi, New Coke blew the other two out of the water. But people resented Coca-Cola for it because their perception was that Coke didn't care about their choice. So today's a day in the life of a small business owner. I want to talk about perception. And I want to get right into it by asking one question of you right now. What is the perception of your company in your industry? What do customers think of when they think of your company? Whether you're a doctor's office, you sell a widget, you sell healthcare products, you sell beverages, whatever it might be, maybe you sell travel, it doesn't matter. What is the perception people have about your company? The perception that people have about your company is formed from a few different avenues, but it's all the public-facing aspects of your avenues. So it's things like your website. When they go onto your website, is it an old or outdated website? Your social media. How current is your social media? And what are your ads? Are your ads funny? Are they hokey? Are they serious? What is the quality of them? This all helps to shape, from a marketing perspective, people's perception of your company. But then there's also the sales side of your company. What kind of salespeople do you have on board? Are they hard sellers? Are they super aggressive? What is their response like? Do you have some kind of a sales process, a customer service process? Do you have something in place? You know, for example, Chick-fil-A, I talk about them all the time because they are a phenomenal marketing company. One of the biggest things people love about Chick-fil-A is the simple my pleasure that they get, whether it was truly the cashier's pleasure or if it was not their pleasure. They say it's my pleasure. The third way people make a decision about your company comes down to you, the business owner, and that is, are you a shrewd business owner? Are you known for being somebody who does anything to push your brand at any cost? Does your industry look up to you? If you're just a general salesperson, you should be thinking about your perception. If you're a public-facing employee, what is the perception you're putting out? What do people think about you? Because what they think about you is going to reflect on the company that you work for. The second perception, and probably for a lot of new business owners, the most important perception is the perception that you have about your company. That seems funny, right? But I talk to a lot of new business owners, a lot of small new business owners, and almost every single one of them, as I'm talking to them about it, maybe they're still working somewhere else, and I'll say, tell me about what you do. And they literally will get confused and tell me about what they do in their day job and not in their new company that they're starting. But you need to be living and breathing your new company and your brand. It is so vitally important. If you're sitting down at a wedding with somebody and they ask you what you do, people will hear and perceive about your company based on how you talk about your company. If you refer to your company as a side project, they're not going to have a lot of faith and reliability in that. And if you only ever treat it like a side hustle, then it's only ever going to be the size of a side hustle. It's important to always remember this. People's perception dictates reality. And if their perception about your business is something that is not positive or something that is not what you want them to have about your company, that is going to be what they decide is the truth. So let me give you a quick concept of how this works. Here in New Jersey, there's a large plumbing outfit, and that plumbing outfit has become known for being very shrewd in their sales process. They care more about increasing in sales than they do about what's going to happen with the customer who's paying them all of this money. They were recently put in an article in a New Jersey publication where it talked about how they took advantage of an elderly person, and when that employee was questioned, he said that the pressure from the top down to sell this product that this homeowner didn't need was so strong that he felt like he had to do it. What's become of that company is people's perception is that they're not a fair company to work with. So people don't want to work with them. They don't want to give them business. They don't want to utilize them or allow them in their homes because their assumption is that this company doesn't care and they only care about the money they're going to make off. So how do you find out what people's perception is about your company? Well, that's simple. You can do it just through communication. So first and foremost, emails. Send follow-up emails to your clients. When you provide a service for them, send them a follow-up email and say, how did I do? You can use some kind of a net promoter score, or you could just send the Google review link for your My Business page. But you want to find out, and the only way you're going to find out is by doing something for them and sending them a survey. Consider sending out a yearly survey and send it out to people who are customers or were prospective customers that decided not to buy from you. You want to find out information as to what people think or why they are or are not buying from you. You can find that out pretty quickly by sending out a survey one time a year, the week in between Christmas and New Year's, when everybody's relaxing anyway and working. That's when you want to send it out. And the third way is go to events and ask people. You're sitting and you're having a meal with other people from your industry, ask them. Just outright be like, hey, what do you think people's perception is about my company in the industry? Is it good or bad? Now let's talk about the more important one, which is what your perception is about your company. Why did you start your company? What was your mission? What is the thing that you're trying to solve with your product? This is what you have to remind yourself every single day, and you have to live it and breathe it, whether you're only doing it for 3 or 4 hours a day, or you're doing it for 8 hours a day, or if you're doing it for 12 hours a day, if you're working all the time like I am. When you talk to people, how are you talking about your business? Remember, if you're talking about your business like it is a side hustle, then that is what people are going to perceive it. If you are creating a company during this coronavirus period that sells products that help in the coronavirus, for instance, all the people making masks on Facebook and selling them, this is a viable business. This is something you can really do and scale pretty quick if you are working hard at it. But don't talk about it like it's some side thing. Talk about it like it is your full-time job when you're having a conversation about it. Make people believe it because you believe it. And that is why I say, and that is why my new merch coming soon, which I can't wait to get, says be small, think big. Because you're a small business owner does not mean that you have to think small. Because you're a small business owner doesn't mean that you don't have the same resources large companies have. You have those. You have the same resources. You just have to look for them. You have to go out and find them. There are resources available to you as a small business. And you know what? I want to be one of them. You can see my website, GallagherBD.com. I am a huge advocate and fan of small business. I want to help you out wherever I can. But that's not the point of this. The point of this video is for me to just talk about and encourage you, because this was something that encouraged me, and that is to focus on the perception of your company, but not just the customer perception, but your perception, and start thinking big. Small business owners, remember, be small, think big, and please, if you've watched this video straight through, like, comment, share it, or please subscribe to my channel. I wish you all the best. I hope you have a great day. Go out there and get it done. Take care, everyone.